Grazie all'ingegner Bondonno, per cui abbiamo visto anche nel campo energetico quanto sia importante anche per le nostre città intelligenti. L'unica cosa che mi dispiace è che a causa che Enel però si è ampliata anche all'estero, l'ingegner Bondonno andrà verso l'estero, per cui è impegnato tanto nei progetti proprio in altre parti del mondo, come avete visto. Adesso invito qui il CEO di Pablo Fernandez della Torre di N2S Group, che è una società spagnola che ha avviato dei sistemi proprio legati all'energy saving e non solo, e penso che per le città intelligenti sia fondamentale spingersi verso proprio la gestione energetica sostenibile. Oltretutto con Pablo, la società Energia, che è uno spin-off di Ambiente, ha avviato proprio una collaborazione per sviluppare questi sistemi in Italia e portare gli edifici a questo 15-20% di risparmio energetico. Pablo parla o in spagnolo o in inglese, però e non vorrei tradurre se no perdiamo tempo, e le slide sono in italiano. Preferite inglese o spagnolo? Inglese? O spagnolo? Inglese? Spagnolo? Spagnolo? No, preferisce inglese, dai, che è più tecnico. Lascio la parola quindi a Pablo, che è amministratore delegato di N2S Group. A te.
Grazie, Gabriela. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Pablo, and I am the president and the CEO of N2S, which is a Spanish company, as Gabriela just said, that provides technology to the buildings to make them smart. Now, the first thing I want to say is that I'm very happy to be here today in this beautiful city, and also I want you to excuse me for speaking in English because my Italian is not so good. I'm sorry, but I'm learning. So I would like to say a few words of my company. Yes. N2S is a company based in Spain, but it's a multinational company, still small but growing very fast. And we have operations in the UK, in Italy, in France, in Portugal, and in Latin America. And we're starting to do things here in Italy with Gabriela and her team, which is fantastic. The first thing I will want to do is just to make a small reflection on smart cities. I don't aim to replicate Michele Vianello's presentation, which was fantastic, by the way. But I would like to bring your attention to the reason why we need smart cities. Why do we need smart cities? Why is this becoming a very important thing today? The reason is that we need smart cities because we have a problem, we have an issue. The issue is that we have limited energy, limited air, clean air, limited space, and limited water in the cities. It's increasingly becoming an issue. And there is a clear need to put technology into play. We need to bring technology to the cities. In the past, this didn't happen. It needs to be put into place. It's a real need. And there are different ways to do it, and the concept of a smart city is a very complex thing. It's very difficult to explain it. Now, we know there are four very clear areas on where we can act on a smart city. The first one being the buildings. Let's make the buildings smart. So far, they've been dumb, really. No technology at all. Let's make them smart. The second thing is mobility. Let's make the mobility be something sustainable, where we can manage the space, make the electric vehicle something that reduces pollution, and so on and so forth. That's the second line. The third one is, let's make all the grids smart. Let's put technology in the grid and make it more efficient. And finally, let's make all the streets, or all the common areas of the cities smart as well. What is to make them smart? What I said, just to put technology to have everything and everybody connected. Now, the area of focus for N2S is what you see on the left, buildings and vehicle. Our focus is the smart building. Let's go a little more in detail in the concept. Our goal is to have everybody connected and everything connected within a building. So the first thing we need to think is on the person. Everybody needs to have access, and we have been hearing about Wi-Fi and broadband connection. This is a real need in a smart city, in a smart building. This is a must. We need to have broadband in any building. Everybody has to be able to be connected to the things within the building and to be connected to the things outside the building as well. It's a must. The second thing is to control the devices within the building to make sure we're going to be able to manage energy. We need to have everything connected. And one of the things that has to be connected is the electric vehicle, which is not something fixed, something is going up and down and is changing from building to building. And everything, it doesn't have to be only connected, but it has to be as well managed through an intelligent platform. And this platform can be, or software can be in the building, or can be outside the building. And to have a smart concept of a smart city, you need to have it preferably outside the city, outside the building, in the concept of cloud computing. And this is what we do. What we do is we connect things within the building, any kind of energy measuring device, energy management device that can actuate, any sensory device that can measure other things than energy, have everything connected to the platform which is not in the building, it's outside the building through cloud computing, and be able that we are able to manage one of the things that is entering in and out the building, which is the electric vehicle, in a smart way. That's what we do. Why are we growing? What is the reason for our success? I will say there are two reasons. The first one is the simplicity of our installations. You can put the best technology into a building, but if the installation is not simple enough, you have an issue. It has to be simple. It has to be fast, convenient, and we're very good at that. We're very good at going into a building, controlling the connectivity within the building and make sure that the broadband devices are connected, which can be Wi-Fi antennas or any other kind of broadband device. The metering devices are connected, and the electric plugs for the electric vehicle are connected in a very efficient, fast, and reliable way. Once you do that, you need to have an excellent platform, something that can be inside the building. I said it's better to have it outside the building, but what is critical is that this platform is modular. It's very easy to be customized to every customer in any part of the country throughout time, because the concept of a smart city is not fixed. It's something that is evolving every day. And any kind of software that is developed has to be evolving, needs to have the possibility to evolve through time. Now, this is not the only thing we need. We need somebody that understands the client, which is the critical point. That's why we're very good at providing services directly to the customers, but we need to work with partners that really understand the customer, which is the case of Energia. They know the customer, they know what the customer needs. It can be a broadband issue, it can be an energy issue, or it can be an electric vehicle issue, or it can be the three of them. But it's up to them to help us identify and customize the specific issue for the customer, and then go and provide an efficient solution. And this is what we do. And just to give you an example, this is the kind of software that the platform can develop and provide. In this case, for power to energy, this is showing what we call a dashboard that is giving you visibility on every consumption point throughout the building throughout time. And this is just a representation, but you can have many different types of representation with the information you are collecting, and then put it in a smart way for the building manager, or what is typically the energy manager, if it has it, of the building, to be able to identify, well, to do three things. First is to identify opportunities. Second one is, once you have identified an opportunity and you have done something about it to save energy, measure on a day-by-day basis the impact of what you have done, which is very important. It's not only important to identify, it's also important to measure the impact ongoing. And third, to identify day-by-day deviations from the right performance, which is a critical issue, and it brings a lot of energy savings in all the buildings in the world with minimum investment. This will give you a flavor of the kind of things we can do. Regarding broadband services, this is just a snapshot of what the platform can be, how the platform can adapt to every specific customer. In this case, I think it's just one hotel, but What it does is to identify the customer, provide different level of service to every kind of customer, and the level of services are connectivity service, so it can be large broadband or narrowband, and also security. To not allow, for example, in schools, this is very important, in terms of security, not allow the students to go to not very nice web pages. And this is somehow, I mean, you need to be always, you need to be able to select the language. This is an issue everywhere. Has to be multinational. And you also need to be able to let the customer react and interact with the platform, so that if this for smart city is very important. If the customer identifies, if the person identifies something that is not working properly, they need to be able to spot it and make a communication to the manager so that he knows. He's getting the input from the client and he's understanding that there is an issue. For example, there is a light that is broken. The customer can, through Wi-Fi, through the platform, connect and let him know that there is an issue. This is becoming increasingly important in the concept of smart cities. With electric vehicle, you can build the platform in any way you want. What is important is that you are able to identify the customer or the vehicle, to measure how much it is consuming, and then to be able to cut or not the consumption depending on different management criteria. For example, can be that you only allow them to charge at night, and then connect all of that with the platform. So it has to be, it's not just a simple plug, it has to be a smart plug. And I will not go more in detail. Now, I just wanted to give you a flavor of the kind of problem solving or solutions that we give. And I have to say that we are working in large cities with large projects. For example, we're working with Enel, with Antonio just said it. In Malaga, we're working with the city town. In some of the buildings, we're providing solutions. But typically, what we do are smaller things, much more simpler things, where you don't really need to provide a lot of advanced technology. What you need to do is to solve a simple problem in a very efficient way for the customer. So this is a typical situation in a shopping center, a town hall, and a school. Well, very brief because it's getting late. What we typically do, just to give you a flavor, is to do these installations in much shorter times than any other company. For example, in the shopping center, we provided Wi-Fi solution to the whole shopping center, which is large, is huge. We provided an energy management solution to the whole shopping center. I know it was only composed of 30 measuring devices. Typically, it can be more. And we also provided recharging stations for the electric vehicle. And we did this with an installation team of 2 people in 5 weeks. It's very short timing. It's very short timing. And the customer didn't even notice. This is very important. Now, the impact they are achieving is still to be shown throughout time, because you need to take at least 1 or 2 years, but already we are seeing impacts of more than 10%, and it's expected to reach 20% savings just by applying common sense. They didn't have any visibility, now they have visibility. They are realizing that they're having an absorbed temperature at night, for example. This doesn't make any sense, so they are lowering down. And when the cleaning lady is entering into the building, not all the lighting is on, only the small lighting. This is saving a lot of money as well. These things that are common sense are starting to show a significant impact. In our experience, the average is around 15%, and in cases like this, the target is more than 15, 20%, because there is significant opportunity. Yeah, one thing that is worth mentioning is that the Wi-Fi services can be used for these kind of clients to provide value-added services. In the case of retail, you can use the Wi-Fi service to identify where is the customer located throughout the shopping center, and then provide advertising based on the specific place where he's located. If it's passing through a specific shop, then he can have not a pop-up, but basically a signal from the shop with some advertising, and it's working very well. For this city hall, basically what we did here is Wi-Fi in all of the common areas. It was the city hall itself, the main square of the town. It's a medium size one. This is a very common thing to have. So we have it in the museum, in the public library, in all of the common areas. Wi-Fi, it was a must. Through this Wi-Fi, the inhabitants of this village, they can communicate with the town hall and provide feedback, as I said, things that are not working properly. And the same thing that happened with the shopping center. In this case, we are providing for a specific building energy management, energy efficiency solution that is targeting 20% savings and is achieving already significant impact. Now, worth mentioning, these two installations were done in 3 weeks with a team of 2 people. Very fast, very clean. This is very important. For a school, this is even more impressive. It was a whole installation for a large school. It took only 4 days. Only 4 days, a team of 2 people. It's very fast, very convenient. So that's it. Thank you very much for having me here.